Welcome to the Build Insight podcast. Real people, real insights. Step into the world of innovative construction, one conversation at a time. All right, guys, this is part 2 of a conversation with Jesse Raeburn. If you missed part 1, make sure you head back to last week's episode and get those insights. Otherwise, stay tuned as we wrap it up.
So not even 2 years into it, mate. So you're doing some cool projects for yourself and some clients as well.
Yeah,
So-
clients as well.
Yeah. What's the team consist of, mate? You got a family network there and that? You got some other team members?
Yeah, so one of our family members is not full-time in the business at the moment. It's sort of like a silent partner. And then me and my brother-in-law, Jay, work together every day. We've got an apprentice. We trialed a few. But yeah, we've got a pretty good one at the moment. So it's like 3 of us full-time. And yeah, we get subbies when we need them. But like we don't want to take on... Our goal is not to build, 5 or 10 houses a year. Like we just want to do 2 high-end architectural builds for clients. And then that gives us enough time to also do our own builds and development. So at the moment we're it's pretty amazing. Like 6 months into the business, someone I knew through real estate managed to convince them somehow, must have been good at sales, to let us build their dream home next to the beach in St Kilda.
Yeah.
It's one of my dream builds. It's like a double front Victorian. Like when I moved to Melbourne and started selling houses, my dream was to sell a double front Victorian because I just think they're so beautiful. And then my dream's to like own a Victorian. I owned one, and then building. It's like I'd love to build one of these. And then yeah, like 6 months in the business, managed to sign up a client to do just that. So that's an architectural build. I'm building my own house at the moment as well. It's like a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom, double story. It's in Port Phillip, so it's a 163-year-old Victorian cottage. So that's like I don't know, we kept the front facade and the roof and everything else is new. So that's actually been really helpful because it's, probably a couple months away from being 100% finished. So the first job to win the house executive was the hardest, because I remember the client at the time was like, "Jesse, you've never built a house before." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I've worked on a lot of houses. I've sold a lot of houses." I was like, "Mate, you just want to work with someone you can trust." I was like, "You've known me for the last 7 years and seen what I've done. Like, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to let you down." I said, "You want to be involved with the project as well." I was like, "Mate, I don't care if you're here every day. Like, as long as you don't slow us down. Like, you want to come and have a look and show your friends. Like, I just don't mind." So yeah, he ended up letting us build his house, and then it goes literally like it's 6 months from the time you get the go ahead to the time you get on site. And so it was like a month before we're about to start. And I was like, "Hey, would you guys actually like to see a house that we've built? Because we hadn't built one before." And they said, yeah. So I took them down. They absolutely loved it. The house we're building for ourselves. And now it's almost finished. Like we've got an opportunity to quote like another 6 jobs for next year. And I'm just bringing every client. I was like, "Come and have a look at our house. Come have a look at our house. Come and have a look at the one we're doing in St Kilda." And so now we've actually got 2 pretty decent sized projects under construction, and we're trying to build best practice and doing what you guys are doing. And people come and see it, man, they just love it. So the first job to get was the hardest, and now we've probably got so many opportunities we won't be able to do them.
Yeah, and that's like the great thing about when you've got your own showroom.
Yeah.
And the construction is that they can come meet the team, see what's being built, see the quality. I know you guys are jumping into like the pro climber wraps and
Yeah.
concentrating on the quality of what you're building, not just making it look good with the stone and everything. But no, it's good steps, mate. And you're just like in your infancy.
Mate, we're in our infancy, but we love it. So yeah, like as soon as I started, like if I don't know, if I do something, like I want to be good at it, I want to be the best at it. I think a lot of people who you're like, I'm sure you do as well. Like you're a builder, you want to be the best builder you can be, right? I think a lot of people who want to be good at something want to be the best at it. So yeah, like from literally like when we started, I just started following all the best builders in Australia, people building passive homes, people building high performance homes, following all different trades as well. Like I love metal roofers over in the UK, like doing entire houses without like a single fixing. I'm like, this is like mind blowing. So I'm learning about roofing and all this stuff. And then, yeah, so on our house, I thought like it'd be a great opportunity to try to, build to best practice, not like minimum standard, and then show people what we're doing. So we did like a full pro climber wrap. Every penetration, like we sealed, like properly taped it, did cross cavity battens, everywhere to allow good ventilation, flashings and window seal and all that sort of stuff. And, like we took a lot of clients through, potential clients, like at that stage, like frame stage, and then before we like did the cladding. And I was like, oh, what's the blue stuff? Oh, why have you got all this, like, why have you got like a chessboard pattern on your wall and your roof, and just explaining it all to them and why you do it. And I think one client, he goes, you must have spent a fortune on that. I said, we probably spent an extra 10 grand to do it this way. Like, it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. He goes, oh yeah, but like you didn't have to. I said, well, put it this way. I was like, your home warranty insurance that you're going to pay us on your house, 10 grand. I was like, if I go broke, it means nothing. I was like, so if I don't build properly, then I am going to go broke. I said, so the extra 5 grand I spend on making sure my house is 100% weather tight, I said, that's the best insurance I can take out for me as a builder. And that's just what we're doing on like every project moving forward. From our first one to, literally did it on our first one, we'll do it on every project now.
Are there any lessons that you've learned so far in your short journey into building, Jesse, that you could pass on to someone else that's thinking of jumping in?
Oh man, just plan ahead like as much as you can. I'm actually not like, I'll say it in real estate, like I'm not the most organized person. I'm a really good doer. I'm really good at getting things done, like leading teams and telling people what to do. But planning something for 3 months away when it doesn't need to happen today is difficult for me. Especially because like I'm like on the tools all day, every day, and trying to quote and run a business and deal with clients. So yeah, I would say if you are starting out a business, like just take the time to literally like work out how long you think a project's going to take. Like whether you're doing a bathroom, if you're starting out doing a bathroom renovation, you should know that you can do this thing in like 12 days, start to finish. You should have first day demo. You should be able to map it out, and then you start getting bigger and bigger. So obviously we have a schedule time for our bigger builds. But that's the thing, like we hadn't built before. And so a lot of those are out. Like some things took a lot longer and some things haven't taken as long. Yeah. So we're getting better at that. But yeah, just man, if you can plan, like I say, like, fail to plan, you plan to fail. You just have to get on top of planning.
For over 130 years, Bowens has been the builder's choice, providing a service that provides timber, hardware and innovative building products.
And now we're helping you further with this wonderful partnership.
We're proud to announce Bowens as our new premier sponsor, bringing you more of the insights that you love. Build Insight together with Bowens.
Real people,
real insights. I think anyway, mate, like no matter how long you're in the game, it's a constant. Like you're gonna go through hurdles and figure out better ways right along. Yeah. I think we're continuously doing that.
And I think you don't want every job either. Like we've said no to a couple jobs.
It's powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's powerful. We just think like, oh, this doesn't feel right. The margin's not right. Why am I doing this? Like, I had a developer mate who's very successful, and he always just said to me, he goes, Jesse, I'd rather go broke sitting on the beach. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like, why would you want to invest 3 years in a project, going through plans, permits, all the stress of construction, and then selling it? It could be 5 years by the time you get out of it to break even. You would rather just go and sit on the beach.
Yeah.
And so I sort of, like, he said that to me like 8 years ago, and I've like adopted that philosophy with like everything in life. Like, just, man, if you're going to go broke, do it sitting on the beach on your own terms. Like, not because you think you might be a little bit slow or, oh, we kind of need something in a few months' time. Because, I don't know, jobs pop up. Like, we're getting a phone call like once a week now about, oh, can you do this and can you do that? And it's like, no. Oh, that one sounds all right. We'll have a look at it. Yeah. So yeah, don't say yes to everything. And don't try to be everything to everyone either. Like, yeah, we know what we want to do, which is build architectural homes. We're very good at doing very, period extensions. So my business partner, Jay, is like, I'm not a chippy. He's an unbelievable chippy, like the old school, like on our house together. We did everything from the ground up. Like we did our own slab, block walls, frame, install windows, cladding, waterproofing, tiling. We'll do everything. Like literally, me and him do it ourselves.
Yeah.
And so they're the sort of projects that we want, that are like complicated builds, no access, architectural, whereas there's like a lot of detail that you can actually, like it looks like an expensive build, but you look at all the detail that goes into it and it's like, oh, why is it going to take like 12 months? It's like, well, If you think we can do it quicker, you show us.
Mate, one thing, talking through this, like you're in there having a crack, I think a lot of people go wrong is, not finding that balance between work and personal life. And you just had your third baby.
Yeah, number 3.
And one thing I know you're doing really well, like through following each other in our socials, is those weekend times, your cherished family times and activities and stuff, mate. There's a lot of people out there that just, forego that and regret it later. So
no, you have to do it. So I don't mind not getting a lot of sleep because I want to spend like my weekends with, my 3 kids and my partner, and I want to make sure that, when the weekend comes around, all the kids are home. So I want to make sure that she has a bit of time to herself. So I want to be like fully present and take him, swimming or to the beach or take him to the park to give her some time off. But that means, so during the week, like I give the girls a shower, both of them, put them to bed. So then that sort of finishes up by about 8 or 8:30 if my oldest one wants to stay up and read a few more stories. So then, 8:30 comes around. It's like, all right, need to do work. So I'll just jump on the computer and start planning for the next day, the next week, sending invoices, reading architectural plans, and I'll just do all my administrative work literally at night and then go to bed at like 11 or 12 o'clock. And that's it. That's Monday to Friday. And then the weekends are like with the family.
switch off time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is no great work-life balance though when you start. Like if you want work-life balance, like go get a 9 to 5 job if you can't handle it. But
Yeah.
I like now that like, I've just had my third, and if I can't get to work till 9 o'clock because I'm dropping the kids off at daycare, then that's, who's going to get upset with me? I don't have to tell the boss. And if I want to leave early to pick the girls up from school, like I'll leave early.
Yeah, you sacrifice a lot, mate. I do the same. I get quite smart assy now when I get, you finished work for the day, picking the kids up. Like, I had a really easy day today.
Yeah.
You might go back home and keep going. They don't see that, but it's a different mentality that it takes to start a business and to be grinding as you are. So
Yeah.
Really commendable, mate.
Yeah, I don't know. I was someone else successful saying like there is no such thing as work-life balance like when you start a business or even to be successful in business. Look at the most successful people in the world. They have no work-life balance. But one thing they all have in common, which I do with them, is that I absolutely love what I do. Like there is nothing else like I would rather be doing. And so if you love what you do, like you never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel. So I don't care if I have to work till 1 o'clock in the morning and get 5 hours sleep and then go to work the next day and be on the tools and then deal with clients and whatever. It's like, what a privilege for me to be able to actually get to do what I want to do. So it is going to come with a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
We are absolutely thrilled to announce that Circa Studio are coming on board as a major sponsor and supporter of Build Insight. Circa Studio is Australia's leading interior design centre. If you're an architect, building designer, interior designer, builder, or just looking to build your dream home, you need to make a time and come in and check out the space here in Port Melbourne. This space holds every element that you'll possibly need to design your dream home.
Some of your biggest learnings, and there's so much advice I'm sure you could offer a lot of people looking at getting in. If you're speaking to a younger tradie or someone that's wanting to get into building or even real estate, what's some advice you could offer to someone?
Yeah, well, I found what I took from real estate was, which helped a lot in building, is when I go to sell a house, like you're signing a contract, it was there black and white how much I was going to earn from this project, like selling it. If it's $1 million property and it's a 2% fee, it's $20,000. It has to be black and white on the authority for them to sign. And so I was always comfortable talking about, money, and people know how much I earn. Well, my clients know because they see it in front of them. So when we started the building company, I just literally from the very first job took that exact same approach. Like I priced the job, a fixed price contract, and go, oh, look, it's a little bit more than I wanted to spend. I said, hey, what are you doing, tomorrow afternoon? Why don't we catch up and go through it? And so I showed them, I brought up my spreadsheet and I just went through. I was like, here is exactly how much everything is going to cost, and went through line item by line item. I was like, this is my margin. This is my administrative fees. I was like, so this is how much I'm going to earn at the end of building your, doing a $500,000 renovation. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that actually seems reasonable. I'm like, yeah, look, if you think we can save on costs on it, like I'm happy to get, maybe some more competitive pricing. And I've literally done that with every job that we've had, and we haven't really missed one.
Yep.
And the clients are all happy. So I think, advice is don't be afraid about talking to clients, how much margin you're charging, how much you're going to earn from the project. I think that's one thing I don't like is you just don't know. Like, I couldn't care if someone was making a 30% margin on their labor and services. I want everyone to make money. But if I know it's 30%, I'm good with it. But if you don't know, it's like, is this guy charging me like 100% markup? You just don't know. So yeah, advice, man, just be transparent with costing. I find anyway, some people might say it's a terrible idea. All my clients love it. They know how much I earn. One client, a little bit cheeky, said, "Oh, that seems like it's a bit excessive." I said, "Well, not getting too personal. How much do you make?" I said, "It's a rhetorical question. You don't have to tell me." I said, "But I know it's more than I'm like charging you for this 6-month renovation."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I suppose. All right, boom, sign here.
Yeah, I think open books become more more common. Probably could keep going on about it, but it's a good approach because you got to have transparency and good communication right throughout, and they've got to respect that you're worth what you're worth, and
That's
take
right.
all the risk.
Take all the risk, and it's a great way in an initial meeting when you're trying to win the work to actually build trust. If you're being open book with someone, and then another builder's like you're competing against a couple other builders, and they go, "Oh, how much is your margin?" or "What's in your preliminaries? Like what fees are you hiding and stuff?" And they go, "Oh, that's just the cost. It's this much to do it, or $0 not to." It's like, well, how many jobs are you gonna win like that? When you're trying to build trust with people, that's the most money people will ever spend is building a house. So I think if you can be upfront, you build trust straight away, you build rapport, and you'll win more jobs, and you'll probably have a better relationship with your clients.
Yeah, spot on, Jesse.
All right, mate. Before we wrap up, we got a little rapid fire segment. We wanted to throw a few questions at you. Just at the end, just a little bit of a fun segment.
Yeah.
Dino, you want to kick us off with the first one?
Yeah, sure, mate. We ready to go?
Ready?
Right, mate. Dream renovation project.
It's a double front Victoria.
Well, it's like hasn't changed. Hasn't changed.
Favorite renovation tool or tradie tool?
I got a pair of these pig ears pliers that I'm now using to build my header flashings for my windows. No cutting, no silicone, no rivets. And that is like the favorite tool I have. It's just, I got shown how to do it, and I'm like, this is awesome. So I'm loving those.
Beautiful. Worst renovation disaster or funniest story?
Worst renovation or disaster? Oh, I don't have many too.
You might have covered it on the block with.
Yeah, I don't say it's not having to rip up a floor and put a second.
Oh, yes,
on the block, is it?
Oh man, all right. The worst thing that happened in a renovation was I was about to grout my bathroom on the block, and Keith thought it'd be a funny idea to walk in at 6 o'clock in the afternoon and throw a bucket of water on me in the bathroom. I was about to grout. So yeah, I didn't start grouting until like 6 hours later. I just had to vacuum the whole floor with a wet dry valve. This is on a Saturday night. I just don't think he wanted me to finish on Sunday. But that was probably the worst thing that happened on a building site.
You're definitely not selling going on the block to anyone, I don't reckon.
Caveat, I do love Keith and play golf with him a few times. It's just, we went through some stuff.
Yeah, yeah. One property style you love and one you can't stand.
Oh man, I love period homes with contemporary extensions. And I think the way that you need to blend the old from the new and be sympathetic to the old while also creating something contemporary at the rear. Like they're my sort of favorite style of homes because there's none of them in Queensland.
Yeah.
And then my least favorite style of home is just, I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of like render. I think there's so many more exciting and interesting building materials that you can use to clad your house with. So when I drive past, a new home and the entire thing's rendered, I'm just like, is it blue board? Is it villa? Is it just foam? Like, how long is it going to like last before it starts cracking? So yeah, that's probably my least favorite style of home.
Mate, the last one. What's next for you? Maybe the next 5 years ahead.
Oh, in the next 5 years, like the goal is to just be like full time doing our own builds and developments. I reckon we'll still probably do a couple client builds a year because there's a few of us and they're exciting. And hopefully if we do that, all the family can work in the business, which is the goal. And we're having kids, so hopefully we can build into something and they can all work in it. But yeah, like the goal is really to be in a position to just buy our own blocks and develop them. Ideally, we just want to do like, get to the level where you're doing like $2, $3 to $5 million builds like a year, like full basements, and they're like 18-month projects, and that's it. You just go, Jay, you sit on that one, I'll sit on this one, and it's just everyone just has their own project, and
It's on.
keep going.
Awesome, mate.
To wrap up, mate, anyone wants to follow along the journey, if they're not already, where can we find you?
Yeah, so you go FRP.group on Instagram. We've got a small page, but we're trying. And yeah, like I'm just Jesse Raeburn, or we have like our block account, which is Jesse and Mel Block. And then yeah, come and mate, any questions, ask.
Yeah, exactly, mate. I think you're doing some awesome things, Jesse. As I said at the start, missed you on the last one, but awesome you can get in, mate. It's always good having a chat and seeing what you're doing.
No, it was great to be here. I really enjoyed it. Thanks, guys.
No, Jesse. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you want to find out more about Build Insight, head over to the website buildinsite.com.au. Over on the website, you'll find links to previous podcast episodes, as well as our YouTube channel, Instagram and Facebook. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Catch you on the next one.
Oh, that's a wrap for another week's episode of the Build Insight podcast. Before we leave, just want to give a huge shout out to all of our sponsors for their ongoing support. Without their help, Build Insight wouldn't be what it is today.
Let's cue the disclaimer. I need to let you know that myself and the Build Insight team are in no way, shape or form qualified to give you personal or specific business advice. We strongly encourage you seek out the use of professionals for products or when you are making personal or business decisions. Everything discussed during the Build Insight podcast is our own and the guest opinion and personal experience and is of a general nature only. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Catch you on the next one.